One of the world's main characters, MamaMax, has finally made his triumphant return to YouTube. If you don't remember, the last thing that he did that most people know about was taking down this guy. Which, thank God, that's terrifying. But the bummer is that people felt like he didn't really have the evidence he needed. It was basically just people said this stuff about him, and uh, everybody was mad at him, including his own audience. His subreddit now is basically just a hate subreddit for MamaMax, and they recently got him fired. He was, I believe, volunteering at some sort of like community help kids thing in his local area, and his subreddit found out about it, called them, and they let him go. They fired him, and that was maybe like a week or two ago. And then today he uploads this. Boo, boo. Hey, how lame. That's your intro. It just like after all of this, the way this reads to me is, oh, I'm such a victim. Everybody was just booing me. They don't even have actual criticism. They just want to boo me. That's how it comes across to me.
Guys, I just want to talk. There's a lot.
Oh, if you just wanted to talk, you could have cut the first 20 seconds out of this and just talked. But instead you did that corny, annoying stuff there. I don't know how to do that other than for sympathy. Because it's not a joke. It's not funny, at least.
I have to share with you over the next few uploads. It may be decades before the truth around this case comes to light.
It's so convenient. So basically, now he has 20, 30 years where he doesn't have to answer for this. Because, guys, I said it might take decades for all this to come out. So, yeah, you can't criticize me about it because nobody knows what happened.
And the survivors will speak up when they are ready. But I would like to start uploading again.
Start making money again?
You've probably heard a lot of different things about me. Distinguishing between what's real and what's not is a challenge in the year 2024. And it's probably only going to get harder as time goes on. Mass psychosis is very real. And I'm sure you all.
So technically he's just saying mass psychosis is real. You know, maybe that's unrelated. He just threw that in here. But it seems he is trying to, at the very least, imply, if he's not just straight up saying it at some point, yeah, mass psychosis. Everybody's been fucking hypnotized into thinking I suck. It's like, no, bro, we criticized your videos because it turns out you've never actually helped get anybody arrested, and you don't have the evidence that is needed for these sorts of things. So all you're really doing is making it more likely that these people will get away with it, so that you can make YouTube money and be a cool hunter guy on YouTube.
You all can pretty much feel it at this point. Now, people have taken my silence as an admission of guilt. That is not the case.
Oh, good, he's innocent. I thought that was the case, but he says it's not.
Simply respecting the wishes of those I was advocating for. But I am not the monstrous villain that I've been caricaturized as. I don't care. I don't care who says I'm doing this for money or clout. I have lost that, and I'm still doing this work.
Sure, you don't make as much money off of this now. Your Patreon went down. You lost some viewers. But if you wanted to get that back, or at least recover as much of it as you could, how would you do that, Max? By uploading videos again. You would get back to working on your YouTube channel. What a nonsense excuse.
Because it truly matters, because it is very important work. We need to refocus our conversations on future generations that are facing multiple global threats that we are all perpetuating. And there's so much work we have to do to help them. So if you take away one thing from this channel, let it be this. Crimes against children remains one of the most devastating sources of injustice and suffering for humanity. That is a fact.
So basically, don't focus on the stuff that I did, because there's bad guys out there. There's evil bad guys out there. So don't criticize me. Focus on the big bad guys.
So yes, absolutely call the police when you have been harmed or your children have been harmed. However, that is just the first step in a very long and difficult process that most victims give up on. And most children go without seeing justice. However, we can rebuild the infrastructural issues with law enforcement and legal processes to ensure more.
We usually implies that the person saying it would be included, but how are you going to do that, Max? You have no credibility. How are you going to build infrastructure?
More kids are getting restorative justice that they deserve. And hopefully one day we can prevent crimes from happening to children at all. That is my mission. Okay? Because justice is not freely given. It is something we must fight for. And that sucks, because a lot of kids can't fight. They don't even know where to begin. They probably don't even know that a crime is being committed against them most times. Cyber crimes against children continues to rise at an unprecedented scale. And the psychological exploitation of technology will destroy us if we do not correct these patterns. That is my belief. Those who have a voice must speak for those who are voiceless. So with that said, I will see you soon.
So he's just going to get right back to what he was doing before, it seemed like. So who cares that all my credibility is gone? I want to get back to what I was doing before. Making money as a wannabe vigilante on YouTube. He says, feel free to ask me anything here and I'll do my best to respond. 14 hours ago, he's gotten 130 replies, but it doesn't look like he's answered any of them there. Maybe he means in a future video. Thoughts on Skibbity Toilet? How's life been? Okay, any more hard-hitting ones? I've never seen any video about you. I'm so confused on what happened. Used to love your old content. There's a bit to explain. Why is Spencer claiming you're starving her? Spencer was one of the main girls that came out against that Camden Gerard vampire guy, and seems like recently she's kind of turned on him. Not really a fan, and she said that he was supposed to pay her some money, and she didn't get it at first, and then he like renegotiated to pay her $600 a month instead of the lump sum or something like that. So there's a little tension between those guys. This guy says, just to note, he's deleting comments. I asked about multiple documentaries and the events that we all watched happen, and poof. Did Spencer eat the last of your brain cells? Okay, here's a real one. Can you explain what's up with the Dropbox link and why it's now got a statement linking resources to assist people who seek out CSAM? And that, if you don't know, that's what people are using. I think it's CSAM that I've heard before, but I think, the A is exploitation instead of abuse. But that's what people are saying instead of CP, if you don't know, because it's just supposed to denote that obviously the kids aren't consenting to it. So it's not the P, it's exploitative or abusive material. If someone was managing the account for you, how did you manage to neglect realizing they were potentially hosting CSAM? And yeah, that's a good question to ask because Max had like a Dropbox link that was supposed to be a bunch of evidence and stuff like that, but it got taken down by Dropbox. And at first, it just said something along the lines of they were investigating it, but recently it was updated to saying, um, like linking you to resources if you wanted to seek out CSEM. So, the implication is that that was part of what was in the Dropbox, obviously. Here's the question, and I ask it in all earnestness. Why the Nothing Burger upload? You basically said that you were lied about, that you continue work, and that you care for children. It would be great to hear something from you, but it seems that all you have to say are things you've already been saying. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, but to understand. Hope to hear from you, Max. Max, why does justice involve making false stories about crimes against children that never happened and hype it up like it's the Olympics? Why did you betray Night Docs despite all that he did for you? Is he lying or telling the truth that you made false allegations concerning him? As an individual who desperately tried reaching out to you numerous times with regards to one particular YouTube predator and has actually managed to get another one arrested myself, I would very much appreciate an answer to this. So yeah, people are hitting him with some good questions. Video ends at 15, so just watch the booing. Basically, I think that's what they're saying. Mass psychosis? Didn't you sue Mudahar for bringing this up to light? Well, yeah, he was suing him for telling lies under mass psychosis. Obviously, being under psychosis is not an excuse for defamation, Mudahar. There's a difference between mass psychosis, and basic fucking criticism, Max. Give it up, bruh. It's over. I was waiting for your response, and I have to say, it was pretty weak. This is just doubling down in the vaguest possible way. Nothing has been clarified, and you've not reinforced any belief that you've got what it takes to handle this case with any proper care. Nobody is saying you're doing this for money or clout. The criticism is that you're completely out of your depth in this line of work. You're not a professional, and you've shown that, unfortunately, you're not a vigilante either, and if anything, your mission for justice is obscuring what you seek for. I suggest you take this down and make a real response in which you apologize for totally botching this case. However, I suspect you're either in too deep or too prideful to do so. Yeah, I think there's a lot of pride, for sure. You've got a serious talent for cinematography, storytelling, and filmmaking. It's what I was enchanted by when I was subscribed, so there's a way back for you on YouTube, but making videos like this doesn't help your cause at all. So, supposedly that's a fan. That's really not happy with what he's doing. Wow, he is so narcissistic. He thinks he can mass gaslight everyone into thinking we have experienced mass psychosis for confronting him on his BS. No way, bro's calling it mass psychosis. Okay, people are not a fan of that excuse. Which I agree, that is an absurd one to use. Please stop using the exploitation of children as a moral high ground. All we ask for is more evidence and an apology. Stop deflecting. Yeah, and that's the most annoying thing, is like he just always retreats back to that, oh, he has this just cause or whatever. It's like, no, like that other comment said, you're out of your depth. You clearly can't handle this sort of stuff. You didn't have enough evidence, and you still have not taken accountability for how you mishandled that case. It's just very annoying, very irritating to me that he refuses to address that and always retreats to, oh, I'm taking down bad guys. It's like, well, first of all, you are not. There are some people who do your sort of thing and actually do contribute to that, but you're not. And so it's super lame to constantly use that as a shield and never account for the actual mistakes that you made. Very irritating. Mui says, just put the fries in the bag, bro. But, I mean, to be fair, he maybe if he got like a McDonald's job or whatever, his subreddit wouldn't have gone after it. Maybe it was just because he was working with kids. So, yeah, maybe that, that is what he can and should do, probably.